Hi everyone. I want to try to explain the answer to my question from yesterday about electromagnetic cannons, specifically the electromagnetic cannon that I showed you in my last video. So here is how this works according to Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. We have just a simple base on the cannon, and here was the steel pipe that was on the inside. This is connected, of course, to the power. There's a little outlet. So the idea is that when you have copper wire or any sort of conducting material wrapped around a steel post like this, and all of the loops are wrapped around in the same direction, the more loops, the better, and the tighter together that they can be, the better. What happens is we have current in a wire, and it's going to induce a magnetic field. So when we turn this power on, a magnetic field is made, and the field is going to be directed upward this way. Now, technically, the field is a little more complicated than that, and we'll look at magnetic fields and diagrams of magnetic fields very soon. But for this idea, the basic understanding of this would be that in general, the magnetic field is going to be upward in this case. Now, in my electromagnetic cannon, I had a loop of aluminum around this post as well. And we know that aluminum is a good conductor. And so the interesting thing that happens here is that this is actually going to induce a current to flow. And most of you noticed that the aluminum being closer to the coils at the bottom actually made it a stronger magnetic field. But what's very interesting is it's actually that things are moving. So the moving magnetic field is actually going to induce the current to flow in this aluminum ring. And as the current flows in the aluminum ring, notice what's going to happen is we go back up here, and this new current is going to induce another magnetic field. Now, this magnetic field, very interestingly, is going to, in general, be in the downward direction. And as you see, we have upward versus downward. We're going to be repelling. They're in opposite polarities. So imagine that we had like the north end of two magnets near each other. They're going to repel away from each other. And the interesting thing that happens is this ring shoots up the pipe very, very fast. And especially at the very beginning, the faster that it goes, the more your magnetic field is moving, the more current that is flowing, the more we end up with a new magnetic field being generated. And these downward arrows get stronger so that it accelerates. Now, once it gets a little bit farther away, the magnetic fields involved are weaker, and so we don't have as much of a feedback loop, making this go faster and faster. But that's how our magnetic cannon operates, and it all comes down to this idea that the current in a wire induces a magnetic field, and moving magnets induce current to flow.